Part 7. Rama's journey to Chitrakoot. As Rama, Sita and Lakshmana departed from Ayodhya after Rama's exile, the people of the city followed them in grief, unable to bear separation from their beloved prince. To spare them further pain, Rama crossed the river Tamasa at night while the citizens slept, and quietly continued his journey into the forest. The trio eventually reached the banks of the river Ganga, where they met the boatman Guha, the Nishadraj king and a loyal devotee of Rama, who, deeply moved by devotion and humility, washed Rama's feet before ferrying them across the sacred river, knowing that even the touch of Rama's feet could transform the mundane into the divine. Guha offered his hospitality and requested to serve Rama, but the prince declined politely, acknowledging his noble intentions while adhering to his dharma. After embracing Guha, Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana continued their trek into the forested realms, eventually reaching Bharadwaja's hermitage near the confluence of the Ganga and Yamuna. The wise sage welcomed them with reverence, offering guidance and blessings, and upon Rama's request for a secluded and tranquil location to spend his exile, directed them toward the serene and sacred hills of Chitrakoot. With grateful hearts, the trio journeyed further, passing through dense jungles, quiet meadows, and divine hermitages echoing with chants of sages, ultimately arriving at Chitrakoot, a picturesque and spiritually vibrant abode nestled among rivers, forests, and gentle hills, where Rama could live peacefully in ascetic simplicity. Lakshmana swiftly built a modest cottage with his own hands, using forest materials and his devotion, creating a humble hermitage where the exiled trio could dwell in harmony with nature and dharma. Meanwhile, in Ayodhya, King Dasharatha was tormented by grief, haunted by separation from Rama and his own moral failure in granting Kaikeyi's boons. Unable to bear the agony, he constantly recalled the curse of the blind sage Shravan's parents and succumbed to sorrow, dying heartbroken with Rama's name on his lips. The entire city of Ayodhya plunged into mourning as the beloved king passed, his soul heavy with remorse, and the kingdom leaderless in his absence. Sage Vasishtha, the royal priest, then summoned Bharata, who had been staying with his maternal uncle in Kaikeyi, informing him of the king's death and Rama's exile. Overwhelmed with shock and dismay, Bharata returned at once, grief-stricken by the loss of his father and enraged upon learning of his mother Kaikeyi's deceit. Condemning her selfishness and cruel manipulation, Bharata utterly rejected the throne that had been unjustly secured for him. With a heart full of remorse and duty, he resolved to go into the forest, find Rama, and restore him to his rightful place as king. Accompanied by Chitrakoot, the queens, and a great entourage including sages, ministers, and citizens, Bharata led a grand caravan through forests and rivers in search of his elder brother. Their path, echoing with the wails of mourning and the hope of reconciliation, eventually led them to Bharadwaja's ashram. There, the sage, recognizing the sincerity in Bharata's heart, directed him toward Chitrakoot. As Bharata approached the hill, the sound of royal drums and army movements startled Rama, prompting Lakshmana to suspect foul play. Alert and fiery with protective resolve, Lakshmana prepared to confront what he believed might be a hostile force seeking to harm Rama. But Rama, calm and discerning, advised patience, reminding him of Bharata's noble character and the possibility of goodwill. Soon, Bharata reached the hermitage and fell prostrate at Rama's feet, sobbing and pleading for forgiveness, disowning any claim to the throne and requesting Rama to return and rule Ayodhya. The reunion of the brothers was deeply emotional, tears, embraces, and declarations of love poured forth, uniting hearts and softening grief. Rama, however, stood firm in his dharma, explaining his commitment to their father's word and the sacredness of vows, gently refusing Bharata's plea while lauding his virtue. Seeing Rama's unwavering resolve, Bharata bowed to his decision but also expressed his own vow. He would not ascend the throne in Rama's absence, and instead, he would live in Nandigrama outside Ayodhya as a hermit, placing Rama's sandals, Paduka, on the throne as symbolic rulers, administering the kingdom as Rama's representative until his return. With heavy hearts, the brothers embraced again, and Bharata departed with the sandals, leaving behind tears and prayers in Chitrakoot. Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana resumed their forest life, surrounded by birdsong, sages, and the sacredness of nature, embodying virtue, simplicity, and the ideals of dharma that would become timeless across ages.